Hey guys, what's up? This is Troy Katzer for Katzer Talk Sports, and today we have a special guest, Stephen Pfaff. And today we are going to be talking about hockey. So right now, Stephen Pfaff is going to be talking about his hockey background.
My name is Stephen Pfaff. I played right wing for 7 years for the Washington County Ice. Stopped playing due to concussions. I love the Tampa Bay Lightning. Steven Stamkos, and I'm just an NHL enthusiast now.
And I'm Troy Katzer. I was a hockey coach for a 3-on-3 team for 1 year, and I love hockey, and my favorite team is the Washington Capitals. Ovechkin is better than Stamkos.
Alright, so that was the background on both of our hockey pasts, and now I'm going to be asking our hockey enthusiast here a few questions about the NHL season so far. So, okay, right now, in the Eastern Conference, Pittsburgh, Montreal, and Washington are the division leaders. Who do you think out of those three is going to get the first seed?
Definitely Pittsburgh. They got the most depth. Even though I do not think they know the salary cap rule in the NHL, they have a $7 million salary within Drew McGinley, and $8.7 million in Malkin and Crosby, Theo Fleury, and Thomas Volkun, who are a lot of money too. Chris Letang. So they're obviously a very stacked team. They have a lot of studs, but they don't have the best depth, like bottom defensemen and third and fourth liners. So
okay, and between the three of them, who's going to make it the farthest in the playoffs, and are one of those three going to be in the finals?
Pittsburgh pisses it away every year. They lose in the first round. Who I see the Eastern Conference champion is the Boston Bruins. Again, they have great defense. Tuukka Rask is leading the league in goals against average because he played the most games. Craig Anderson is leading it, but he's played a lot less games than Rask. So, Boston, great defensive team, got a couple offensive studs. They're not going to win the Stanley Cup, though.
They're not going to win the Stanley Cup?
No.
All right, well, right now Boston is in second in the Northeast Division of the Eastern Conference. And speaking of Stanley Cup champion, so you're saying that the Stanley Cup champion is going to come from the Western Conference.
Heck yes.
And right now, the Western Conference has Chicago, Vancouver, and Anaheim leading their divisions. Out of those three, who do you think is going to get the first seed?
Chicago, obviously. They're an amazing team. They have Patrick freaking Kane and Jonathan Toews, Duncan Keith, Corey Crawford, you name it, Patrick Sharp, Dean Boland.
So basically, you name it, they got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got everything.
Now, between the three of them, who makes it farther and who gives, out of anybody in the Western Conference, Western Conference, I'm sorry, that was a fail. But out of anybody in the Western Conference, who do you think is playing the best hockey right now and will give Boston a run for their money in the Stanley Cup Finals?
The Anaheim Ducks. They're a great offensive team. Defense is a bit weak, but Victor Thotts and Jonas Hiller in the cage are really good. They've been shut down all year. It's been really surprising. Their offense has been good too. I didn't even have them in the playoffs. I had them finishing 13th in the West, so they're surprising me, playing good hockey. I think they have the second seed right now, which is very surprising to me.
Okay, now I am going to ask you right now to tell me in the Eastern Conference who the top three players are.
The Eastern Conference.
Well, let me rephrase the top three skaters.
Top three skaters. Number one obviously goes to Sid the Kid. I hate him, don't get me wrong, but this guy is elite.
But what about his broken jaw?
His broken jaw doesn't matter because Malkin plays just as good as Crosby when Crosby's not there. He steps up and plays his game really well. So Crosby, yeah, he's obviously an elite player. No one's better than Crosby. No one has his speed or shot or passing skills. And then second would be when Alex Ovechkin plays like Alex Ovechkin can play, he's the second best player. Right now he's playing like Alex Ovechkin can play. He's scoring goals, burning the defense. Yeah, I don't like him, but...
Well, speaking of the Washington Capitals, what do you think about... They were dead last in their division for pretty much the first half of this already short season. What do you think that they're doing right now that has improved them so much?
The Capitals were obviously most affected by the lockout. It took them 7 games to get a point, not even an overtime loss, just an overtime loss. It took them 7 games to just lose in overtime. But right now they're on a 6-game winning streak, and I think they're like, in the past 20 games, I think they're like an ungodly 16-4. So They're playing like a really great team. They should have more points for what they're capable of, but they're sitting in third right now. But they're not the third best team. It's just the division lineup that makes them third.
All right, quick question. What do you think about Winnipeg this year? Winnipeg is a team that's usually not one of the best out there, and they're right now not too far behind the Washington Capitals in that division.
Winnipeg, they're way too young, and they have a lot of young guys and a lot of old guys, and it's really not good because the young guys have no chemistry with the older guys because the old guys know what they're doing, but the young guys who are still improving, they're just trying to get them some NHL experience. I don't know how they're in second place. I think it's just because the Southeast is so weak this year.
Okay, and now we did the skaters. Now, just give me your best defenseman in the Eastern Conference.
Erik Karlsson. Enough said. 70-point defenseman. That's almost a point per game defenseman. That's insane. I can't believe he went out.
So is he an offensive defenseman then?
He is very offensive, yes.
All right. Now we're going to the Western Conference. In the West, yeah, it's Western, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. In the Western Conference, two best skaters.
Two best skaters.
Hold up. We gotta go back to the Eastern because I forgot to say best goalie.
Oh, the best goalie in the East. Ooh, it would be Lundqvist, but he's not doing so good this year. Carey Price definitely.
Carey Price of the
Canadians.
All right.
He's one of the main reasons they're winning right now.
All right, now we're going to the Western. Now, give me two best skaters.
Two best skaters. Ooh, this is a hard one. It's got to be Patrick Kane and God. Right now, it's got to be. It has to be. Jesus Christ, I don't even know.
Let's just say it's pretty.
It's the Western Conference is less star-studded. They're more balanced side. The Eastern Conference is where all the star power is. I can name if there were some guys from the East and the West, they'd be. Patrick Kane's obviously playing great, and we're just gonna go with Ryan Getzlaf of the Ducks. For second best, but the best goalie is gonna have to be Corey Crawford because he is another main reason the Blackhawks are in contention for the President's Trophy.
Okay. All right. So right now, Chicago, Pittsburgh, Montreal, they all have clinched playoff spots, and both Pittsburgh and Chicago have clinched home ice. How do you feel about that?
Blackhawks earned it. They had that amazing streak in the beginning.
But the question, that streak, isn't it because of the streak's only as good as the teams they play? They did not play over 500 teams that entire streak.
Yeah, but also another thing about that streak is they did not play any Eastern Conference teams like the Penguins, who that would be a great game. The Canadians, the Capitals, the Bruins, the Leafs, the Rangers. They didn't play any of those guys. So.
All right. So all right. Before we finish up here, I just have one more question. Your Tampa Bay Lightning, what has happened with the Tampa Bay Lightning?
Do you really want me to go into this? Okay. So, the Tampa Bay Lightning. Steve Yzerman's the general manager. He was my favorite player until he retired. He has kind of surprised me. I don't like what he's done, really. He's not drafting goalies in the first round. We had the first overall pick, we got Stamkos. Okay, fine. Second overall pick's Victor Hedman. And then we had, the next year, we had a 12th overall pick. We could have got the top goalie out there. We signed Brett Connolly, who is horrible. That just pissed me off. Okay. The first line of the Lightning, LeCavalier, Stamkos, St. Louis. They're great. If everyone on the team was like them, they'd be the best team in the NHL. Then their top two defensemen, Sammy Salo and Victor Hedman, are obviously great defensemen. Salo's more offensive, Hedman's defensive. And then in the goal, Ben Bishop, we traded Corey Conacher, our top prospect, for Ben Bishop, who's led in 6 goals in 3 games he's played for us. 6 games, 6 goals in each game. And then our starter, Anders Lindback, went out, but he wasn't doing anything.
Okay, now, do you think, now I'm going to list off 3 things what do you think is the most wrong with the Lightning? Is it the no depth, bad coaching, or no managerial skills?
It's the goalie problem and no depth. The no depth just leads to horrible offense. 2 goals a game from the first line and the top defenseman, and the goalies just can't let in 6 goals a game. That's just brutal.
So, do the Tampa Bay Lightning make a comeback in these last few games to make the playoffs?
I don't want them to, because I want them to get a high draft pick, because we got a solid draft class coming in. If they can get the 10th pick at least, we can get our hands on a Hunter Schenkel rookie, which would be great.
Alright. Well, I'm Troy Katz for Catch Dog Sports. This is Steven Pfaff. Thank you guys for watching, and be expecting more between the 2 of us in the next coming future, and especially when the Stanley Cup playoffs start. So adios, guys.
Lightning suck.
Go Cats.